Hi, my name is Nick and I build people. What? Build people? Yes, I build people. The point of life for me is I want to be the best version of myself. I want to succeed in every single area of life. I want to be a winner, okay? That is a mindset that I have, all right? And I understand that human beings have hangups. We have mindset issues. We have experiences that suck and all of those things. So the point of this channel is to help you get out of your own head, deal with your ego, deal with the issues that you have so that you can be the best version of yourself and succeed in what area of life that you want to succeed in. I don't care what area of life that you want to succeed in. I don't care if you want to be a doctor. I don't care if you want to be a YouTuber. I do not care. All I care about is somebody who wants to succeed, who wants to grow and be better. Now, here's the thing. I can give you all the tips in the world that work for me, that have helped me, all the mindsets and all of that stuff, but none of it matters if you do not have the correct mindset. I can't teach you this. I can't make you have this mindset. You have to decide, I'm going to think about life differently. I know life sucks sometimes, but you have to reframe. You have to consciously decide to reframe some of the experiences that you've had in life. And if you do not learn the skill of reframing bad things that happen to you, then you are not going to be successful. I can promise you that. You need to be able to reframe this, and I will talk to you exactly what this board is going to kind of display. It's the difference between a growth and fixed mindset. Here's the thing. I could know how to do stuff. I could have all the skills. I know how to be the best. Maybe I want to be a mechanic or something, okay? So let's just say I'm a mechanic, and I want to be the best mechanic that possibly happens. And along the way, I'm learning how to do things, and along the way, some shit happens and I ruin my car, or a black swan event happens, okay? So what happens is I could know all about the ins and outs of the mechanics. I could know how a car runs and how to fix it and all that stuff. But here's the thing. If I don't have the correct mindset when bad things happen, because they do, there's no way to avoid them, then I'm going to quit. I'm going to give up, and I'm going to not be able to be successful and be the best version of myself and not be the best mechanic. Okay? So how do I fix this problem? I need to switch from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, and you can get this. I'll put this in the affiliate link, Mindset by Dweck. I think that this is a great book, but I can't teach you, I cannot build you up and give you the skills to overcome yourself if you don't first decide that I'm going to be a winner. You need to decide, hey, you know what? My life sucks. I want it to be better. I want to figure out how to make it better. You need to be able to think about that. I need to stop thinking victim mentality and start thinking growth mentality, and I'm going to get into that in just a second, but it's just that little tweak to, man, life sucks, I can't do anything about it, to life sucks, what if I could do something about it? What if you just had a little bit of change? What if you just had a tiny, tiny mindset shift? What if there's like a 1% possibility that I could do something about it? What if there's a 1% possibility instead of a 0%? All I'm getting you to change from here is, hey, life sucks, it's out to get me, all these bad things happen to me. I got this disease I didn't want. All of this negative things that happen. What if I just said, just a tiny, tiny bit, like 1% of me said, man, but what if there's something good that can come out of this? What if I just had that thought for one moment? Oh yeah, life sucks, and you know what? It's never going to get any better, so we might as well just all drink. Okay? What if it's like, hey, life sucks and it's probably not going to get any better, so this is what it's going to be like. But like, what if I just like tried to make it a little better? What if I just like didn't accept my fate for a second and said, you know what? Like, what if I just like if it's already going to suck, what if I just like tried to see if it could suck less? What if I just went from it sucks to, wait, what if I try something new here and maybe it sucks 1% less? All we're doing is going from that fixed mindset of, hey, life sucks, I can't do anything, bad things always happen to me, to let's get into the growth mindset. So let's just chat about what this is, okay? Fixed mindset is I'm a victim of everything. All right? I'm a victim. And we get into these spirals, and we have the self-fulfilling prophecy when bad things happen. See, you know what? Somebody rear-ended me. I'm never going to get rich. And it just like your mind is going to find all these reasons. See, that person's just a selfish asshole, just like everybody else in the world. Do we want to be thinking about that? Okay. Well, how about we take that perspective, everyone's a selfish asshole, and think, man, what if one person out of the 7 billion is not? If we have this fixed mindset, what if I just thought one time, what if out of curiosity I just said, man, what if I just tried to find one nice person? Imagine the doors that could unlock for you by having that mindset. Hey, what if life actually isn't out to get me? These are the common things. I'm a victim. I'm a victim mindset. You know what? I was born at the wrong time, and all the people at my school sucked, and then my boss is an asshole, and you know what? The government's ripping us off, and all the rich billionaires are taking our money, and you know what? And global warming's happened. We're all going to die anyways, and World War III is going to happen, and all of that. Okay, that sucks. I mean, what if like I just for 1 second stopped thinking all of those thoughts? What if I just captured those thoughts and said, you know what? I actually have control over these thoughts. I'm not like, when these thoughts come to me, I don't have to believe them. You can't just believe everything you think. Because our brains are generally, unfortunately, we have a little bit of a virus. Our brains view negative experiences as a lot more impactful than positive experiences. And people often say evolution is the cause of that. Well, our ancestors, thousands of years ago, needed their brains got wired this way so that they could increase their chances of survival. Maybe that's the case. Maybe we have a parasite living inside of us, metaphorically. Maybe it's the fall of man, as Christianity may say. I don't know what it is. We're not going to talk about what that is today. We're going to talk about how do we get over this, okay? If I want to build myself up and I want to make an impact in the world and I want to do something, I need to stop thinking stuff like this. I'm going to give you some examples of thoughts to think instead. So growth mindset, okay? Bad things happen, but I always learn and grow through them. They make me stronger. And some of you watching this may be like, yeah, I don't believe that. Well, what if we just try? How about we just try to believe it one time? What if we say, you know what? Maybe this bad thing happens so I can learn something and become stronger. What if I just tried? What if I just, for one moment, I just tried? What if I just say that out loud right now? Okay? So if you're watching right now and you want to have that, and you have that mindset, yeah, this guy's full of shit, I want you to just say the words with me right now. Bad things happen sometimes, but I always learn and grow through them. They make me stronger. Bad things happen sometimes, but I always learn and grow through them. They make me stronger. Okay? We just need to go from 0 to 1% here. When we go from 0 to 1%, we can go from 1% to 100%. Okay, but the hardest thing is 0 to 1%. I totally understand that life sucks sometimes. Don't get me wrong. There are some terrible, terrible things that happen to all of us. And there are things that we do not understand and may never understand. So you got to understand that that is a normal human experience. It's a normal human experience to feel that way. All right? But let's just try a new strategy, because let's just say you're 25 or 35 right now. And let's just say we got 50 years left to live. Do I want the next 50 years of bad things that are going to happen anyway to cause me more suffering, or to catapult me into something that may be good? So that's just the way I'm thinking. Let's just open our mind up and have different thought patterns. Just got to be like 1% okay with, hey, maybe I'll try a new thought pattern, okay? So, all right, now people suck sometimes, right? If we just put them in the box of people suck, what if we just thought differently? Hey, you know what? There are bad people, but it's usually because they aren't aware of a better way. What if we just say right now together out loud, hey, you know what? There are bad people in the world, but it's usually because they aren't aware of a better way. Would you agree with the statement, like when you see somebody doing something, I can tell you this right now, everyone should relate to this. Let's just say you have a skill. Maybe it's a video game. Maybe it's riding a bike. Maybe it's your job. And you see somebody trying that thing that you are already are a master of. When you see that person failing at that thing, it's clear that they are failing not because that thing is broken, it's because they are not aware of a better way. Hey man, I see that you are trying to ride your bike with your eyes closed. Have you considered if you just opened your eyes, you might be able to ride your bike better? And that's obviously a fake example, but we're having a little fun here today on YouTube. And so the thing is, let's just say, like you're playing a video game, okay? I'll give you an example. This is a little bit more realistic, okay? I'm playing a video game. Let's call it Madden, all right? And in Madden, I want to score a touchdown. Madden is football. It's a football game if you're not familiar with that. If I throw a deep pass every single time and try to get the most amount of yards, most of the time it doesn't work, okay? So if I see a kid playing Madden and he just keeps trying to throw a deep pass and get a one-play touchdown every single time, is Madden bad? Is he permanently bad at Madden? No, he just doesn't know that there's a little bit of strategy to playing the game. I need to run the ball a few times, set up play action, maybe hit some short crossing routes, okay? That person sucks at Madden because they are not aware of a better way. You watching this, who has a negative mindset, is not getting the results that you want in life because you are not aware of a better way. And you are not aware that you have a fixed mindset. And there are people in your life that are not aware that they view life this way and that there is a better way. Red is bad, green is good. Sometimes we say, hey, life's out to get me. God hates me. Whatever. People are saying that and they see I'm not good enough to do that. This is all putting myself into a box. A human should never be in a box. Is a human in a jail cell happy? 99% of the time, they're not. They are in a box, and they can't escape the box. If you are at your job and you think there's more to life, and you're there, you're in a box, and you're unhappy because you're in a box and you don't know that there's a better way, okay? So instead of thinking, hey, life's out to get me, all we're doing here is trying something new, okay? What is the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Insanity. Trying the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if we want to have a better life, if we want to be happier, if we want to be more successful in life, we need to stop doing the same things that we're doing and let's just try one new thing. Maybe that new thing is going to the gym. Maybe that new thing is going out and socializing more. Maybe that new thing is maybe trying a new game that you wanted that was intriguing. Maybe it's reading a book like Mindset by Dweck. That's in the affiliate link. I'll put it behind. I'll put it below for that. But okay, so if instead of thinking life is out to get me, what if we just for one moment, let's just say God, the universe, fate, whatever that thing is, what if we just had the thought, God has a plan, I just can't see it yet? What if I just listened to somebody else's story where their life sucked and then all of a sudden it turned into something awesome, like Amy Purdy? Why don't you look up Amy Purdy? What if I just thought that for a moment, okay? What if I just said out loud right now, what if it's possible that God has a plan for me that I just can't see it yet? What if it's possible that God has a plan for me, or that life is going to get better? What if, yeah, that's a good one. What if, whoever came up with that was pretty smart. What if life could get better? What if I went from life sucks to what if life could get better? What if I could be happier? What if that relationship could work? Let's just use our curiosity. Really, what we're doing is going from not being curious to being curious. That's the fix to growth mindset. I wonder if life could be different. I wonder if there's people that are happy. I wonder if they're doing something different than me. I wonder why Knowledgeable Nick doesn't get very many views on his videos, but he still keeps making them. There must be a reason for that. I wonder what that is. All right? Just have a curious mindset. A curious mindset. I can teach you tons of skills. I can teach you a lot of things of overcoming our ego and all of that. But all of success hinges on the possibility, not even the truth, the possibility that life might be better, the possibility that I could maybe do something different with my life, the possibility that this isn't exactly what life is supposed to be like, the possibility that maybe God is real, the possibility that maybe the people around me are getting the results that they're getting because they're not aware of a better way, the possibility that maybe there is a better way that exists, the possibility that, an apple fell on my head, there must be a reason why that apple fell on my head instead of floating up into the sky. What if I just thought about the way things work and realized all the things that I don't know? I think a lot of the problem with the fixed mentality is thinking that I know everything. What if I just had the thought, man, what if I don't know? What if I'm not as smart as I think I am? Oh God, that would be horrible if I find out I'm not as smart as I think I am. That's our ego telling us, our pride and ego telling us to keep being a loser. So that is the gist of this video today. I'll get this book in the affiliate link. And obviously I have read it because it's ripped. I've had it for a while, but it's a pretty good mindset. That's the best way I can describe to you how to come up with a growth mindset. It's just being curious about life. Asking yourself the question, could life be different? What if something better could happen? If life already sucks, and if I try something new and it doesn't work, then nothing changes and life still sucks. But what if there's like a 1% possibility that if I like step into that church building or something, life gets better? What if I just like said hi to a stranger or somebody at work and just said, "Hey, how's your day going?" What if that would make my day better instead of saying, "Oh, my coworkers suck"? What if we just like did a little experiment? What if we as people, me and you, did an experiment and we just tried to prove ourselves right? Hey, yeah, people are assholes. I'm going to prove it by saying, "Hi, how's your day going?" to this person and see what happens. Maybe I'll find, and the worst thing that happens is you find out they are an asshole. But what if you find out that they're nice and that's the best friend you ever had? How do you know? How do you know? Go do one thing different this week. Today. How about if you watch the same TV channel, why don't you just watch a different one? If you watch the same YouTube channel, why don't you just watch a different one? Why don't you do one thing different and open your mind up to new possibilities? If you think somebody from another religion is bad or evil, why don't you just say hi to somebody from that religion and be nice to them and see what happens? What if it's possible that that person that is on the opposite political side from you, what if they're a nice person too? What if they're not an asshole? What if they're not a retard? I know I shouldn't have said retard, but it's too late now. Have a wonderful day, guys.